Ramir Dibarask is originally from Pallegina. He's one of the finest minds in Animancy to come out of the Valian Republics. He left for Defiance Bay 5 years ago, because he believed this was the true heart of Animancy research. Diverus? Cleante ignare. Imposters all along then, ne? Forgive me if I don't respond with the appropriate level of shock. I stopped asking those questions long ago. It is enough to care for those we love with the time we have in this life. Verus, we find purpose in ourselves and in the people in our lives. I don't need to see beyond to find answers. Service to my family and their approval are all I need. Their orders do not absolve me of my greater responsibility to the safety and well-being of the republics. The parents scold, but the children are safe. Whether animancy research continues in the republics or not, they will survive. For now, that's enough. In any case, I wouldn't be so smug about my fate, Theos. I imagine Woodica responds to disappointment much more severely than even my dukes. We do the best we can, but we all fall short eventually. Yet there's still time enough for me to make amends. Theos followed his mistress's orders too well. I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse that he will remember this again one day after he makes it through the wheel. It is an ending, even if there is little justice in it. A questionable act. Without his memories, there will be nothing of Theos left to appreciate your mercy. In his own way, Theos must have truly believed he was caring for the people of Eora, protecting them from themselves. A shame his soul won't have a chance to reflect on his errors before it enters the wheel. Some acts cannot be forgiven, it seems. Perhaps this is the best place in the world for Theos. Somewhere he can't cause further harm. Still, you eventually found Iovara. What is a few thousand years to someone like him? Repeat, please, in Adiran. And stand closer so I can grab your neck if you said what I think you did. Thanks, but I'm not interested, Isilmir. He hated me anyway. I was glad to be gone. The dukes are my parents now. The republics, my children. Etchosi, we're about to find out if your viscera match your fur. Did your father teach you to hunt? Were you a difficult student? I'm familiar with the sentiment. From the Valian republics to Erglan Fath, narrowness of mind is truly universal. Something funny, big man? Trade of all things, it's true. And competition between the republics keeps us strong. Nothing seems to trouble you much, does it, Kana? Maybe to an Omawa, it all just looks like little things. There's more to dominating trade than fast ships. Maybe you could write a poem to help your countrymen figure it out. Your coloration, Kana. You're an island Omawa, aren't you? What's it like in Deadfire? I've only heard tall tales. I don't miss my village. It's all just bad memories and the reek of fish guts to me now. Eder, how is it you Eothasians stay so optimistic? The world has not given your kind much reason to hope. Do you still have family living in the Deerwood, Eder? Aloth. Never before have I met an Adiran man so hesitant to speak his mind. You seem preoccupied with details, Aloth. Almost consumed by them, I'd say. Durance, do you take anything seriously? Or is the entire world just a setup for your idiotic punchlines? You know, Durance, just because you follow the goddess of fire doesn't mean you need to literally consume everything you come across. Heravius, do people treat you badly? Because of how you look. Don't ever let them. Be proud of who you are. They're the ones who should feel shame. Heravius, do you really believe all that nonsense about being chosen by the gods? Segani, what is it like not to see your children for so long? I imagine it must be difficult. Segani, I had heard that women do the hunting in Nasitak, but wasn't sure if I could believe it. Until I met you. I've traveled thousands of miles on Valian trading ships, but never seen the shores of Nasitak. How did you find your way on your own, Sagani? Kana, what do you know about the legends of Old Valia? I only heard myths in my village, and stories at the Brotherhood. I have sailed many places with the Duke's fleet, Kana, but never have I seen the famed coral harbor of Rawatai. Oh, Kana, I just remembered an old Valian song. Maybe it was Dwarven. From when I was a girl. Vanimbe metse, vanimbe metse, senete de luces, senete de luces. Do you know it? I doubt my duties will ever take me there, but at least your words have given me something to dream of. Ah, I wish I could have been alive to see the Empire at its height. But I suppose this new world is now ours to make. The legends ours to write. Perhaps you should take over as navigator in the future. Well, that too, honestly. Then to your good fortune. Ado Vidorio. May you see them all again soon. Verus. That makes two of us alone in a world of zealots and madmen. If he were as annoying as you, I'd consider it. The remaining unemptied beer steins of the Deerwood quake in fear. Well, feathers in my case. But I understand your point. It's a shame you and your family suffered, even after the Saints' War ended. You Deerwoodens certainly have a knack for holding on to old grudges. You should really hear yourself talk, amigo. This sounds like wizard talk, so I'll just take your word for it. The safety of the Republics is being decided here. If I do what needs to be done, there'll be time enough to beg forgiveness when the dust settles. Do you need a moment? And what do you really expect us to do with this too-late confession? Trust you on your word? A weak woman carried you into this world from the wheel, Postanago. So they say. I guess you can always trust a farm boy's head to go there first. For as long as they will allow. Well, there are 5 of them, but even so, knowing who is easier than knowing how. God's damn that son of a cur. Want to run a down-on-its-luck Valiant trading company? If you have more than half a brain, you could really do something with it. As long as you're willing to clean up a few bloodstains. Exactly. If I knew that, I'd be in a better mood. The only thing I know exactly is that Mestre Versano is determined to wind up in a grave before the season turns. The luxury of choosing what tangled idiocies you can be involved with. It must be nice. True enough. Versano's just lucky no one's trying to pay him in steel these days. Sooner or later, his luck will run out. Do you want to help? Sure. Go into that warehouse and ask for a man named Versano. When you find him, throw him in a sack, throw the sack in a crate, and put the crate on a boat headed to Ancenze. Or the bottom of the Pearlwood Gulf. Either's fine with me. Well. Is this your last day among the living, Versano? As if any of this were ever in my hands. The Republics considered your business worth protecting based on its success. That success depended on cooperation with the locals, like House Dominel. You've lost that. And the favor of the Dukes. Even if you get out of this alive, they're done with you. The Dukes have more pressing interest in Defiance Bay than rescuing one merchant who threw himself overboard. Versano. Why are you wasting your precious breath on me? My orders come through the ambassador, and through the ambassador from people you should be honored ever gave a moment's thought to whether you live or die. You don't seem like the sort to petition the gods to keep him out of hell. So why not cry mercy to the one person in this room with the power to grant it? I have every intention of staying out of this, as do the Duke's bells. The meaning's simple. Versano's cut off, shut out. His fate is left to the Dominels and whatever unlucky friends he may still have in Defiance Bay. Versano. You have a saint looking out for you after all. Just don't come knocking on the embassy door. Understand. A hard fate, but not unwarranted. Stunzenet Postanago Bazzo. Versano plays with fire and someone else always pays the price for it. Your charity is more than he deserves. Still, at least I don't have to deal with him anymore. For that, I'm grateful. I always knew Versano's bad dealings would catch up with him. I didn't expect his end to come from an outsider, but I suppose his ability to offend reached beyond this little circle. You did the right thing. Verzano has no one to blame for this but himself. We gave him more than enough warnings, but he never listened. Ah, it's done then. Whether you intended to or not, you've done the Valian Republics a service today, ridding us of him. I work closely with the embassy to protect our interests, but lately I think our gaze has been too narrow. Ah, well, if you change your mind, I'll be at the embassy. It's southwest of the Ducal Palace. First fires. Corres. Good. Maybe I can finally do something more worthwhile than playing nanny to merchants. The embassy is up in First Fires, southwest of the Ducal Palace. In any case, the embassy's entanglements with him have been cut, which also means that I'm free from Verzano's net of stupidity. You have my thanks. You clearly have pursuits of your own in the city, but I think we could help each other out. If you're interested in doing some work for us. Officially, I mean. We can go together and I'll introduce you to the ambassador. Do as you will. He's no longer my concern. I won't stand in your way. Do as you will. We need someone to help us seek an audience with the Duke. But the dozens are little more than a mob. I have nothing against common people, but the dozens are easily agitated and always seem to be looking for a fight. It wouldn't take much to push them over the edge. At least with the Dominaires we can be confident that the bloodshed will be minimal. Oh, Verus? We'll see how confident you are when the torches come out. The streets won't run red. The Dominaires can be violent, but always with a goal in mind. They're certainly no friends to me or the Republics, but their motives are easy to understand. The Crucible Knights have their ambitions, but the stability of Defiance Bay is foremost in their mind. The Dukes are thinking only of their trading assets, not the long-term health of our partners in the Deerwood. If Defiance Bay falls, all we will have left are overland routes. Not much comfort. The Dominaires are certainly no friends of mine, but I'm sure they don't want to see their city torn to pieces. I can't say the same of the dozens. I hope you can find that confidence when we're staring down a horde of angry farmers. If you're not careful, it will be. I don't think Defiance Bay is due for another civil war quite yet, General. Spoken like one of my countrymen. I can only hope you're as smart as you think you are. If not, we'll be facing down the torches together. That doesn't make you sound tough, you know. It should be. It won't help us if the city's in chaos. Ambassador Agosti, I would speak with you on a matter of some urgency and great importance. Ambassador, there are issues at stake here that go beyond rogue merchants and the port staying open. Animancy is under attack in Defiance Bay. If it is outlawed here, what would prevent the same from happening in our republics? Ambassador, I implore you to take a step back and look at this again. What is it the Dukes need of me? Ambassador. Echosi, Ambassador. But won't this provoke the Deerwoodins? Their country is falling apart, and we're already dividing up their trade alliances. Really? After that, you have nothing to say. Madiko. When I walked in here, I didn't think we were going to be talking about how to chop up the Deerwood's corpse. More than that, Ambassador, there is a practical element to consider. We may profit in the short term from this arrangement, but what of the future? The Deerwood won't forget, and the Republics may pay the price for it. Of course, Ambassador. Of course not, Ambassador. I will attend to the unamend fight as soon as I am able to travel to Twin Elms. Could have gone better. Could have gone worse. And you couldn't say anything, really. Not a word the whole time. Not that you helped put up much of a fight. I appreciate that you stood up for me. But it's hard to persuade the Ambassador to go against the Duke's orders. Fine. Let's go. You could have at least helped me put up a fight. Enough wisdom for both of us. Now, I just need to find out how to get to Twin Elms before the Ambassador loses his patience. I know, but it's still frustrating. I've spent enough time moping anyway. Now I just need to figure out how to get to Twin Elms before the Ambassador loses his patience. Verus. I wish I knew. Of course, Frero. Of course, Sere. Damn the Ambassador. I told him there was a conspiracy. Again and again, I was ignored. Then the Duke's death, the riots, and now this. If the Leaden Key is targeting me, we need to warn the Ambassador in First Fires. Have you heard what happened in your absence? A strange man somehow made his way inside the walls of Cadnua, allegedly for trade. When night fell, he climbed inside my window and told me he had come because I asked too many questions, and put dangerous ideas into the head of the Valian ambassador. I've seen better assassins, but he wasn't bad. I went through his belongings and I'm certain he was acting on behalf of the Leaden Key. The ambassador was wrong and wrong-headed about what is coming for the Republics. If the Leaden Key decided to send an assassin to target me, we need to warn the ambassador in first fires. Well, if you change your mind, I'll be at the embassy. It's southwest of the Ducal Palace, first fires. Cores. Your first error was mistaking my countrymen for helpless sheep. Freros! Seres! Children of the Republics! Show these dogs the price of threatening our people. My vows are to ensure the safety of the Republics. Sometimes that means breaking orders, not following them. Your first error was mistaking my countrymen for helpless sheep. Freros! Seres! Children of the Republics! Show these dogs the price of threatening our people! Ambassador, are you all right? Diverus? You should be thanking me, Merla Penita. Do you think that if we ignored this, that it would go away on its own? It's the Valian way. Please don't. Ado, Vidorio. You should have listened to me, Postenago. We're going to find this Casita Bazzi. This Theos. He's going to pay. Diverus. Wait. I don't know if I should go through with this. Make the trade deal with the Anamenfath. If a Valian deal with the Glanfathens weakens the Deerwood, it could mean war for the Republics in the future. I could put the idea in the Anamenfath's head that the Republics are not interested in exclusive trade, but limited trade of goods that they do not already trade with the Deerwoodens. I followed my orders. I can only hope the Dukes are right, and the Deerwood doesn't go to war with us over this. That's it. My position in the Brotherhood gone. I can't believe I just made up new trade terms to the Glanfath and Anamenfath. Postenago. Verus. They have a saying in Biagepe. New gold clears even the oldest debts. If I'm right, all will be forgiven. If not, there's nothing I can do about it now. Apologies if the collapse of my life is slowing down your vendetta. You're a great help, you know. All right? Let's find Theos. I could have done something, but chose not to when the moment came. Nothing to be done about it now. All right. Let's find Theos. Wait, never mind. If this hall, this temple truly allows us to commune with the gods, with Helia, I don't think I can do this. All my life people have told me I belong to Helia. I was one of her flock. But I've never felt it. Never sensed any warmth from the places most sacred to our people. Being like this. Being as I am has more often felt like a curse than a blessing. And so I've never prayed to her, not even in my most desperate hour. People talk about her like she's my mother. If that's really so, I shouldn't need to pray to her. She shouldn't make me beg for help. That's not what mothers do. Thank you. I suppose you're right. Still, I'm not looking forward to meeting her. Then do what you came to do. Wait! I'm not done with you. It's not often that any of our kind get the chance to speak to their... What should I call you? My mother? Father? Those words seem to fall short and yet be too generous, given our history. What did you expect? Should I be happy? To be like this? To live like this? What kind of creator does this to her creation and abandons it in a world this cruel? All I've ever wanted from any of your kind is to take some responsibility. Any responsibility for what you've done. To us. To every one of the children you've abandoned. What does that mean? Come back here! We all deserve better. I know. I know. There's no use, but I'm still going to do it anyway. Fine. You win. I'm done. I should have known I'd never get any answers out of her. I'm done. Nothing good will come of supporting Scan. He cannot be trusted. Nor can his mistress. If Woodica gets what she wants, we ordinary people will pay for it. We always do. Chaudhary, I wish you could realize how short-sighted you're being. Gallowayne's an unforgiving, brutal sort, but maybe the end he seeks would be best for everyone. The Dukes want the Deerwood weakened even more, but in the end it will mean war. Either they will lash out at the republics, or the Rayad Sarens will renew their hostilities. Need something? So much for Theos, then. Now you have a chance to set things right, back to the proper order of things. It will take the Deerwood generations to recover, but at least these souls will find their way back to the wheel, as it should be. The Dukes would have killed me for saying this, but you should strengthen the Deerwood with these souls. Nothing's going to bring those children back. The Deerwood has suffered enough. Too much. This can give them the strength to carry on. I'll need you with me if I'm going to get Ambassador Agosti to listen to me for a change. Let me know when you're ready for me to join you. I'm ready. Tell me. Que? Ak, I understand. Good. Permed consuelias. For the republics. Fiaces vox converano. Idle time is better suited to poets and philosophers. I could assume you're wasting my time, but I'd like to believe you're simply holding me in reserve for some cunning stratagem. Keep me here much longer and I'm going to start molting. It's even less exciting than it sounds. Ak. I'm on the vanguard. Fall in on my position. I've led worse. Well now, this is testing my endurance. Madiko, don't think I can hold out much longer. If you're holding anything in reserve, now's the time to use it. Keep fighting. That's it for me. I must admit even I have my limits. I need to rest. If we don't rest soon, you're going to have to carry me the rest of the way. Willpower and good intentions will only keep me upright for so long. We've lost someone. We're losing people. Matiko, the Watcher. No! Eder, no! What just happened? Durance, you dirty son of a cur. Matiko! Aloth! No! Get up, Connor! No! What's wrong with Sagani? Sagani! Do you think if you click on me enough that I'll lay an egg? Sorry to disappoint you. Yes, it's me, your pal, Pallegina the Paladin. It's no use. I need something stronger. Recepta Ayek! Curse my aim. The term godlike doesn't refer to my ability to carry unlimited quantities of war spoils. Be cautious. Be constant. Eyes open. Slowly now. Watch your fire! Your aim could use some improvement. Postinago Vrudo! Be more careful. Look. Do you see that? They didn't teach us much about locks in the Brotherhood. But let's see. Echosi. When you have a moment, a word. Yes. I will leave for Cadnua at once. Cores. Merla! Look! I don't think I can take this! Poison! Niska! I lost it! Ak. I can do that. I don't think so. Finished. Vacile. Cores. There! Up ahead! Wait. There, I think. Yes. There. These eyes see all, you know. Que? Stuck! Perfetto! Ulu! Ten! Moe, Ixi, Ana. Lavaru Biansik. Breath Uligna. Athi, Worthen Wrath. Adovidorio. Freros, Ceres. Stunzenet Postenago Bazzo. Cre da fila dielim. Que silmes mitum. Werde bildan Saul. Croacte. Sacritu. Ix maru. That one, no! It's too soon for you! The devil is lost to us! Ah, it must be. Bazzo Nisko. There are some high cliffs on the south coast of Pearlwood Gulf. I saw them not long ago when we were sailing into Defiance Bay. We should strengthen the Deerwood. They've suffered enough. I know the Dukes want to keep the Deerwood weak, but it will hurt the Republics in the generations to come. I know this is what's best for us. The Dukes would want the Deerwood to stay weak, so we can take over trade with the Glanfathens. I have to trust in their judgment. Consigning the souls to entropy is the best course. You seem to be recovering fine. Don't fret. You'll get used to it. Ah, the famed rustic charm of the Deerwood. Surprisingly well stocked for a backwater fortress. Gelade, well done. A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't build them like this anymore, you know. Not by the sea. Too vulnerable to cannons. I don't know this castle's history, but I feel confident saying it must have seen better times. Such an ominous throne for so humble a keep. The air in here is strange, stifling. What is this place? It's beautiful. But what is it? Why would the Engwithans build such a thing? That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Be careful how far you follow this revenge plot. It may bring her some small satisfaction, but I doubt anything good will come our way. That's enough. Be careful how far you follow this revenge plot. It may bring her some small satisfaction, but I doubt anything good will come our way. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Be careful how far you follow this revenge plot. It may bring her some small satisfaction, but I doubt anything good will come our way. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Be careful how far you follow this revenge plot. It may bring her some small satisfaction, but I doubt anything good will come our way. That's enough. Be careful how far you follow this revenge plot. It may bring her some small satisfaction, but I doubt anything good will come our way. That's enough. That's enough. Be careful how far you follow this revenge plot. It may bring her some small satisfaction, but I doubt anything good will come our way. That's enough. It takes a paranoid mind to dream up a scenario where that makes any sense. My life is theirs. I don't question how it will end, so long as it ends in service to the Republics. I dread discovering what passes for cuisine in this place. We don't have much ice on the south coast. Maybe you should go first. These frontier towns always look the same, half-built and half falling apart in equal measure. In the Republics, we call it the Golden Sword. It doesn't need to be bloodied to kill. Not exactly what I thought I'd be signing up for when we met back in Andra's Gift. But if this can prevent the Eyeless from overrunning the Eastern Reach, I'll do what needs to be done. Ado Vidorio. Diverus. You can't be serious. No, I mean, some have. Men. Foolish praise in any case. It's just an ordinary Valian accent. There's no point to staying mad at them. Besides, I serve the Dukes. They appreciate me, even if the brothers don't. Well, if the Dukes ever tire of my service, at least I know I have options. Shodari, Tondari, Becente Comane Nishomenet. Madiko. What is that? What are we just standing here for? Help her! Such a strange facade. I've not seen or heard of anything like it, even in Air Glanfath. The Aptapo built this to last. Longer than they did, anyway. Belfetto. A boiler to warm the cannons before firing. These Aptapo really were clever ones, weren't they? They use lifts like this at the Ozian bastions to hoist cannons. Carrying us should be little trouble, no? The Red Serens have always been as cold as these mountains. They must feel right at home. Merla! Like an animancer's construct. But what could have made creatures like this? Merla! burns. It may be big, ugly, and the spawn of a god, but I'd bet my feathers it bleeds like anything else. A dismal place. We may as well be at the bottom of the sea. If this thing is responsible for infecting the minds of the miners and the Vitrak, we need to be on guard. What a miserable end for these people. And to think Andra's faithful have been doing this for countless generations, without question. Drown like rats or wind out the rest of your days as a madman. Andra doesn't leave much of a choice, does she? I guess the rest of the giant skeleton should have been our first clue. Only siege engines or ogres could have inflicted this level of destruction. Which do you think was more likely, Durgan built a battery without ever realizing that this was waiting nearby. It makes me wonder what other surprises await the Eastern Reach. Madiko, what's at the other end of that disgusting thing?